Hello, it's me Zoa, and today there's going to be some profound knowledge today. Believe you me. This morning I found a rock to go with this outside, you see. My garden, do you know how that little tyre was stolen in the last video? I've got a little henge there where the hemlock is going to grow. The seeds come from the eclipsed time portal, sets time portal to the moon, space time portal even. It comes from a hemlock plant. The plant there, right? But remember how I said there was a little tyre stolen I was using as a planter, and I put a curse on it to say that, here you go, watch the last video or get the full details of the curse, right? That would be returned to me, right? And guess what? Here it is. Here's the physical evidence that that curse works. Regardless of whether the cursed person, the person who is the subject of the curse, the person who stole this from my front garden, in other words, believes in curses or not, they are real regardless and they work regardless. 2 days later after this was stolen, I found it in the back garden, that big garden, which I showed you in the last video. So, there we go. Steal anything from me, oh God, I will get it back. And you will too, if you know how to do a curse. But you can't just throw curses around willy-nilly, because what if someone pisses you off and you decide to throw a curse on them? Come on, that's heavy-handed. That's an anti-theft curse, like the Egyptians used on the gold. And say, like example, if you've seen the Blarney Stone in Cork, in Ireland, Blarney Stone, if you kiss it, it gives you the gift of gab. A bit like this here, and how I can explain all of this plausibly. Same thing as what my Star of Heaven does there, and gives you gift of gab. But if you steal any of a stone from a castle, you feel compelled to return one to the owner because of the curse that's placed on them. If that's the same curse that was placed on that planter, which I just showed you, which was stolen from the front garden, and when it was returned where I found it, but not exactly where. I found it about there, in the back garden, but returned. You can't see from here where the white is there, next to the mini train, or down there, next. It was there where I found it, because God guided me to it. And there you go. Proof that curses work, regardless of whether anyone believes in curses or not, they work. So there's your physical evidence. But guess what? This morning I found this. It's quartz. I found a rock to go that where the tyre was stolen from, you see. And, well, there you go. I found this. It's quartz. I thought, it looks really cool. Same as when I first found my Star of Heaven. You know this skull. Meteorite skull. When I first found this, I thought same thing. Oh, that looks cool. I'll take it. I found that this very morning and thought, oh, that looks cool. I'll take it. You can see some gleaming crystal there. Look, you can see it shining right there. Look, right there. Veins. But the first thing I noticed was this. It's after I picked up, I thought that'll look good. Obelisks come into play here, by the way. Right there on the henge, like as part of one of the stones. For where the hemlock plant's going to go from set time portal. But yes, and there's a reason for that, because as I've explained in the past, quartz, as you see this, you see it glistening, ding, ding, ding. I don't even have to do the sound effects, you can see it. But guess it, you get the idea. It's an obelisk for the henge, because that is another Stone Henge. And the reason is, as you know, this is on the ley line. We need to grab the electromagnetic energy, don't we? To create the Einstein-Rosen bridge. without having to use that big massive generator to create electricity. So they use obelisks instead, like they used to use in Egypt. Obelisks, you know what I mean? So they can activate the time portals, like the aliens are telling us how to do, which are hovering above the pyramids of that portal, the sun disk of As R10 in Egypt, or that the Aztec sun disk, or even the Mayan sun disk, you know what I mean? Mayan sun disk. But yeah, you just gotta eclipse the sun disk with a moon disk. The sun disk with the moon disk, which is actually a Ouija board, because as you can see there, it's a Ouija board. That's behind it. That's a moon disk. That's why, like, you look at that and you got all them random, like, inscriptions around the outside of a portal. Then the inside of a portal is a face. Same here, actually, face. Wyvern, it's a dragon, as you can see, it's the eclipse. I'll let you take that in for a few minutes. Wyvern being the flying cross. The Thunderbird, like I said, the flying cross. That's spaceship. But you get the idea of the eclipse. The solar eclipse of a sun disk and the moon disk, a Ouija board, astral plane pod, a temple. Well, either way, because of that, you need obelisks like quartz or hematite, granite, any material that can conduct electricity can be an obelisk. And it look like anything. Like, look at, say, any building, like Stockton Town Centre, you've got the Shambles Shopping Centre. You've got another building with a huge clock tower on it. And in front of it, you've got a step pyramid with a statue of a guy on the top of it. That's an obelisk. Another example, if you're familiar with Newcastle upon Tyne, in England and UK, there's something called Gray's Monument there. That is an obelisk. Obelisk disguised as everyday objects. Like that. Or, like this is going to be for when it's put outside to help the hemlock become portal. But back to what I was saying, ancient aliens started at 4 o'clock, it's on now, but there's something tying in with a Hua Mazda right here, and you've seen it loads of times in the past. I'm going to skip straight to it because I'm like that. I don't be around the bush, basically. Right, we're flying in Lucifer's, yes, Lucifer's spaceship, not God's, Lucifer's. This guy, listen, I'm not going to say anything more, I'll just show you the picture as it comes up. Make sure you listen to him.
He reports that this light seems to pass through both him and his car as though he's being scanned. He later speculated that perhaps the UFO was assessing his threat level.
Spaceship, not UFO, because the spaceship. Lucifer's. Yes, you heard right. Lucifer is not Satan, and he is not Asmodeus. Lucifer is someone else. He done the wrong thing, and he's back up there with God. Listen, he saw this. That's Lucifer's spaceship, not God's. I saw God's spaceship, that's a flying cross. That's God, Ahura Mazda, right there on the left. And Lucifer on the right, which I've shown you in the past. Like this. Lucifer, Ahura Mazda, that's God. And he saw them and he sketched them. Physical evidence for us that God exists as you've seen, because look at that picture again, shall we?
In a staring contest with a group of extraterrestrials.
Exactly, he was looking straight at them, he sketched them as he saw them. And if you look at what he saw and he sketched, he looked at, he's not talking crap. And young are not talking crap. Look at the hair. Look at the hair. That's a hua. Remember Lucifer was on the right there. And there's the small alien grace. Remember Lucifer? Ahura Mazda. That's Ahura Mazda. God. Think of God in the throne room. That's his trinary split. That's him. Incarnated as an alien grey. And he is the leader of the alien greys because of it. The true leader of all. As the alien greys, the God must live. But he has revealed this to us now because that is God, Jehovah, Kronos, or Ahura Mazda. You get the idea. War. R10. He's not, that's him. In a trinary split. Basically think of him avatared as an alien grey. That's it. If that was actually Lucifer. Lucifer. Yes, it's not Satan. Lucifer is not Asmodeus. Lucifer. No. Well, look what does that look like to you? Does that look like they're trying to attack the guy who saw them? No. You know what I mean? There you go. God is an alien in every sense of the word. He created Earth. He created this universe, didn't he? He was the one who fused Hermos along with two other elements against a fourth catalyst, the neutrino, which then smashed together against the neutrino, created an explosive reaction which resulted in the Big Bang. Creation of this universe we are living